welcome to the show, guys. Robust RB. Should you do it? What do you do? I'm going to dive into it right now. Going to give you my reasonings on what you should do and my decision on what you should do when it comes to Robust RB. This is very important, guys, okay? And in the comments below, let me know, are you going to be going Robust RB? Love to hear your feedback. Which RBs are you looking to target this season? In the comments below. And of course, guys, it takes 2 seconds, but it really helps the channel. Can you smash that thumbs up? I really want to get this message out to a lot of people, not necessarily people in your league, but other people that are kind of lost in the dark following the mainstream consensus rankings. It really helps if you guys smash thumbs up. I appreciate it, and make this super interactive below. Let me know what you guys think. Are you going Robust RB? And which running backs are you looking to draft, okay? So let's dive into it. So let's answer the question. Should you go Robust RB this season? And the answer is 150% more than ever in your entire life. 100,000 bazillion percent. Yes, you should go Robust RB. This is something I've been preaching for years, okay? This is something that I've always focused on ever since I've been playing fantasy. And I'm going to tell you guys why you should do this, okay? And again, why is it so important this year? Go back and check an episode. I just did a mock draft, first 5 rounds to give you a foundation, drafted from the 10th position. And what we're seeing, guys, is those running backs coming off. We went 10th, and the best running back that fell to me was James Robinson and Cam Akers. Now, those guys could both be top 5 backs, but the point I'm trying to make is Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Zeke Elliott. All these guys are gone by the 10th pick. I'm telling you, people are hoarding up these running backs because it's something I've been preaching for a long time. Robust RB is absolutely crucial to your success of fantasy football. Why? Why is it so crucial? Well, understand, guys, I did a count. There's only right now, before pre-NFL draft, about 8 running backs that are set for a workhorse load type season. What that means is that the running back behind them isn't going to be much of a factor. Now, the mainstream are considering Austin Eckler to be a workhorse. I think that they may draft someone else. Either way, Eckler has not proved he is a workhorse back, but he's currently sitting top 10. And so is Nick Chubb, who's sitting there sharing a backfield with a guy who's just as good as him, even better, potentially Kareem Hunt, right? Who was a rushing leader, I believe, in 2017 and has outscored Nick Chubb 2 years in a row. So I don't consider Nick Chubb a full workhorse running back, and he's shown to have injuries, okay? Guys that are workhorse running backs with no guy behind him that's going to take the volume, Christian McCaffrey, right? Guys like Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, guys that are primed to get over 280 attempts. That's what I like. I want about 200, minimum 260 attempts is what I like, okay? And up. Now, if there is, again, a bit of a committee, that's where everybody else is going. You want to avoid that. So why must you secure the running back? Well, again, it's the most scarce position, right? There's only a handful of running backs that can get that bulk full of volume. And that's very important that you secure and lock those guys down immediately. And I talk about this in the 16-round draft solution. If you haven't gotten the 16-round draft solution, guys, head on over to thefantasyfootballcouncil.com. You can pre-order it right now, okay? Guys, go do that right now. There is a link here below. I'm telling you, this is a game changer. Video training, all the optimal players drafted each round. No more draft kits. They're dead. No more cheat sheets. No more cookie cutter, copy and paste magazines and rankings, okay? That's done. 16 rounds. Get it. But what I'm saying is in 16 rounds, I lay out when to draft these running backs at the optimal position, okay? So that's number one. It's a very scarce position, so you got to secure it. Again, this year more than ever, people are catching on, and they're all hoarding up these running backs, okay? Another one is volume and points, right? Running backs put up a lot of volume and a lot of points if you get the right running back. Now, understand, all these running backs coming off in the first round, very likely that 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 of them are going to bust. Maybe Derrick Henry finally has a decline here. Dalvin Cook gets hurt again. He's had 2 Cinderella seasons, right? Saquon Barkley, maybe they don't improve the O-line. Maybe he just has a lackluster season. Maybe he's still hurt from last year. Maybe he's still banged up. Apparently, I looked at the training. He looks fine. But the point I'm trying to make is a lot of these running backs are going to fall off. So it's very important, guys, that you get the right one. So volume and points. So you got to look at guys that can get the volume, and they're going to put up a lot of points. So running backs, you got to secure them because they put up a lot of points, but as long as you get the right one, like I said, okay? That's another reason you got to go robust. Another one is, okay, guys, there's a ton of depth at other positions. What I mean, last year, perfect example, Justin Jefferson, right? Justin Jefferson was a guy that everybody called the waiver wire wonder. But if you got my 16-round draft solution last year, you know Justin Jefferson was a 8th-round pick. Okay, I suggested him come off in the 8th, 9th round, right? And you had him on your roster after you secured your running backs early on. And again, this year, we're going to do that again. We're going to get you guys secured with the best possible running backs early on. And then after that, you're able to get those wide receivers that could really be of immense value for you. And there's a ton of depth at wide receiver this year. And there's going to be some rookies coming in that could be immediate impact rookies, depending on where they land, right? Including Smith and guys like that. So we're going to have to see, again, a lot of this is predicated on the draft. And that's when I release my 16-round draft solution, is about a week after the draft, about a week or so. So I get a feel for these rookies, where they're landing, what potential volume, that type of thing. And we saw that with Jefferson, okay? So again, you load up on running backs, you go robust RB because it's a scarce position. These guys put up a lot of points if you get the right person, and there's a lot of depth at other positions like quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, that you can wait and get guys later, but you got to secure that position going back, okay? And another important thing is, by going robust RB, you're adding a lot of depth to your roster because, again, I've seen it time and time again. People are scrambling to get a running back. They want a running back that's going to get them volume. An injury happens to a running back, and they are scarce. Tim, the bald guy, last year, drafted Saquon, I think second or third overall. Saquon went down. He went wide receiver. I think he went like Thielen and somebody else after that, right? I can't remember who he went. I think he went like Julio and Thielen. He was screwed, right? I told you, get Jefferson later. And understand, if you went Saquon, you probably had depth if you drafted my way, right? So at the end of the day, like, he went Saquon and then wide receiver, and his best running back, I don't even know whose best running back was. It was like some third stringer, right? Because he waited and he didn't go robust RB. And that's what you got to do. I was getting Deontay Johnson later. I was getting Robbie Anderson later, who outperformed DJ Moore, Justin Jefferson. This is something I've been preaching for a very long time, guys. It's very imperative that you go robust RB. And again, a lot of other people are doing it now. The mainstream have finally caught on that zero RB is absolutely ridiculous. This is something they've been preaching for years. I got ridiculed by a guy from a four-letter network making fun of the robust RB strategy 3 years ago, right? But I stood my ground. I said, screw you. Like, this is what you got to do. And people didn't realize it, and now they're finally realizing. Now, again, looking at the RBs this year, the ones that are minimal committee, just off the top of my head here, we got Saquon Barkley, we got Christian McCaffrey, we got Dalvin Cook, we got Derrick Henry, we got Zeke Elliott. I think I said Alvin Kamara. We got Alvin Kamara. We got Cam Akers that could be an absolute boom guy this year. Absolutely love him as well. A guy you want to target. Again, I'm kind of staying away from Nick Chubb. Yes, Nick Chubb did well, but the problem is he got injured. Kareem Hunt's there outscoring him in PPR. That's going to be an issue for me. Kareem Hunt's always going to be a thorn in the side of Nick Chubb. And when you draft a running back in the first round, early top 5 picks, you want a running back that's going to get both receiving and running, or a lot of the volume either way. And you don't want a running back that's going to come in on third down, or even sometimes second down, and get those receiving opportunities. And of course, some receiving touchdowns as well, even some rushing touchdowns that Kareem Hunt is going to potentially get. Nick Chubb, again, based on last year getting injured, I think that Kareem Hunt's even going to get used a little bit more this year for the sheer preservation of Nick Chubb. They want to preserve him. That's their workhorse guy, okay? Now, you can make a debate about Aaron Jones. They've got A.J. Dillon there. They paid him a lot. After you get paid a lot, you got a little bit of a contract hangover. That's a bit of a concern to me. A.J. Dillon, obviously the future of the Packers, younger, stronger, and possibly going to get more work this year. I'm not expecting a huge year out of Aaron Jones, coming off another pinnacle year with MVP Aaron Rodgers, that type of thing. Another part of Aaron Jones' success is, Devontae Adams. What's going to happen? If he gets injured, maybe that inflates him, so that could be a good thing, right? Even, I found that even last year with a healthy Adams, Aaron Jones did well because it opened things up. So we're going to have to see how it plays, how Devontae Adams, if he stays healthy, because, again, he's a big factor, in that offense. So if he goes down, are they going to key in a little bit more on Aaron Jones? Could that benefit him? But again, he does get involved more in the passing game with Devontae Adams out. So again, you got to look at that scenario. But I think just because of the fact that they've had such a Cinderella year, that whole offense might take a dip this year based on such a perfect season last year. So again, Aaron Jones with the integration of more of Dillon this year is going to be a guy I avoid. So very scarce guys, very, very scarce position here at running back. You got to secure these guys early. I mean, I'm talking top, your first 3 picks could be running backs, okay? And there's a ton of value even at running backs this year. Guys like David Montgomery slipping under the radar. Cam Akers is climbing up, right? We got other guys. Maybe David Johnson takes the reins this year. He came on strong near the end of the season, Now he's got Phillip Lindsay, other guys there. Might be a bit of a problem. He's suspect. That whole offense is suspect, so I'd be careful. Maybe he's your RB4 at best, but he's got that RB1 upside. You never know. It could emerge again, but you got to be careful making sure you have depth at every position. Just because you got Christian McCaffrey with your first pick doesn't mean that you're set at running back. You got to add depth, okay? And these running backs are coming off the board very, very fast. So to answer your question yet again, robust RB, yes, I've been preaching it for years. The mainstream are finally catching on. Screw them. Focus on yourself, guys. Don't listen to them. We're always light years ahead of the competition. And again, guys, robust RB is the way to go, okay? Let me know your comments. Thumbs up. Appreciate it. Get 16-round draft social right now at thefantasyfootballaccounts.com. Link to here below on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Go out there. Dominate your leagues this year. The draft is here. It's exciting. Football is finally back. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit later on. Smash the thumbs up. I'm out.